Hey everybody, it's Ken Comet, CondoVoice.com. I'm here today with Ronnie with B&M Tree Service, Pinellas County, Florida, and we are trimming some oak trees today, and we wanted to show you just what's involved in doing that. Right now we're on a commercial property and we've got parking issues, so we constantly have dropping branches and dropping moss, and it's a constant maintenance problem. So what Ronnie has done with his crew is come through here and cleaned out all the moss and trimmed down, well Ronnie, you tell us, what have you done here? Kind of trimmed down all the low-hanging branches, right?
Well, what I started out with is generally you go right up to the center of the tree,
yep,
and you start trimming out from the middle, and you go around and clear the whole thing out.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, after I cut everything out, all the suckers, all the small branches, and everything like that, I started pulling on the moss.
Right.
You know, usually we climb trees like this, but since these are so large, I've been pulling all the moss out of the trees from a lift with a hard rake.
And what's the point of, other than for the mess that it makes, does it make the tree healthier when you pull down the moss, or is that like a misconception?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, generally people think that all moss causes the tree harm, and usually the Spanish moss, the real long stringy stuff, it doesn't really do too much. It's the ball moss, the little stuff that's actually attached to the tree.
Right.
Because that starts growing in there, and then it spreads across the tree, and it just starts taking away from it. You know how they're all filled with water and everything? It starts pulling all that out of the tree, and eventually it'll end up killing your oak trees.
Well, a lot of people don't realize it, but year after year, if you don't do your annual maintenance on your oak trees and you do it properly, by the time you get around to do it, you get this, which is a huge amount of, what do you call them, suckers and little...
Suckers and deadwood and just things that were so tangled and crossing that they needed to go. Really, you got to spread the whole inside of the tree out and get anything that's crossing, anything that's dead, anything that's pointing straight down towards the ground. So you elevate the whole tree, so what you're left with is the nicely shaped limbs that go out to your outside canopy.
And it looks so much better, plus it lets a lot of light through to the landscaping below it. In this case, we've got two featured oak trees in the middle of a parking lot, and Ronnie's already finished one, and now he's taking a look at this one here. Nate, if you can pan right up, we'll show you what this moss looks like, and you can see how it's all intertwined with the branches. It also limits the sunlight to the branches, so you don't get the photosynthesis you would get otherwise. So Ronnie's going to go ahead and take care of this tree next, and then we're going to take care of other trees on the property. But Ronnie, I just wanted to show the folks at home what a great job you've done on these oaks. They were magnificent oaks to begin with.
Absolutely.
But they needed some care, and now they look just gorgeous.
They are beautiful trees.
Absolutely. All right, thanks for helping us.
Thank you.
Okay, Ronnie, we're going to show the folks at home the difference between the bad moss and the not so bad moss. All right, so this is ball moss.
Yes.
This is Spanish moss.
Yes.
Okay, explain to me what this does, and I'm going to show this right up to the camera so they can see this. Go ahead, talk to me.
Ball moss right here.
Yep.
You see it actually roots into the side of the tree, and it takes nutrients away from the plant. All the water and all the nutrients inside of it. That's what the ball moss actually lives off of. That's why it's detrimental to oak trees. Basically anything else that it grows on. It will grow on a wide variety
other kinds of trees.
Basically anything that has a hard bark.
Hard bark.
Yes.
Sucks the nutrients, sucks the life right out of your trees.
Yep.
This is Spanish moss. Not so bad because it's not parasitic in nature, but it does, what does it do?
It suffocates the foliage. Yeah,
right.
For the most part. It'll build up enough over time.
Yeah.
I mean, this right here is a pretty good clump of it. And you can see you got a stick in there.
Right.
That stick is,
covered.
You're not going to get too much
weak growth.
Too much sunlight.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Got it.
Very minimal amount of leaves, very weak growth.
Okay, tell the folks again, how fast does this grow versus this?
Well, generally the ball moss grows a little bit quicker than the Spanish moss does.
Does it?
It'll end up, it can take anywhere from like a year to 4 or 5 years for it to become an issue.
Right.
But that has a more rapid growth rate than the Spanish moss. The Spanish moss just kind of collects and starts building on itself and growing in the ends of the tree. That you can have Spanish moss in your trees for 40 years.
Yeah.
And it could not be a problem.
Right.
But the ball moss absolutely will kill your trees after a pretty short period of time.
Okay, so folks, condo associations, HOAs, board members, managers, make sure you have tree cleaning in your annual budget.
Absolutely.
It's not a ton of money, but replacing one of those oaks is a ton of money.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's keep our oaks healthy because usually they're a featured tree on a property.
For certain.
And the other, watch out for this ball moss, guys. This is a bad guy. Make sure you have a budget.
Any hard barked plants, it absolutely will kill them eventually.
All right, thanks for watching.
Bushes, shrubs, everything.
Bushes, shrubs, and everything. Okay, good.
So.